are
Listen,
happy.
dude, I'm done with it.
Dude, you've been done.
I'm still here.
For what? We'll see. Why? Because you just want to be a asshole.
You're right.
Then why the would you be in this competition,
I'm here.
bone face?
Why do you look 50 and you're 24?
What? What did you say? Go yourself.
Would you rather have the brand new PS5 or a weekend with these three lovely ladies and you do anything you want with them?
Wait, anything with them?
Like anything.
A whole weekend?
A whole weekend.
Damn, but the PS5 though, like it just dropped.
I know.
Ah, damn, y'all beautiful though, but
Hold on, what'd you say?
PS5 or us?
Oh,
bro, y'all beautiful, but I had a PlayStation 4 for 4 years, but I need a PS5.
Oh, God.
My nigga.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
Thanks for all your help. Bye-bye, Tanja. Bye-bye.
I want to do it the right way and learn some of the unwritten rules.
That's why I was talking about the seminar, so that we can get players to come down there and bring their grievance, their problem, how to catch a hooker, what you do to be a boss player, what do I say to my wife when I decided that I wanted to be a true player and walk out on the family. We need a seminar so we can teach these guys, to give them the right understanding so they'll know, man.
I'll be on here having that 50-50 argument. I just shut up and be quiet because I will go 50-50. I sure will. And this is not me being a pick-me. This is just me being somebody who's doing 100%. So, yeah, I'll throw in my little 50% and go sit down and shut up and call it a day. Because what I'm doing right now, I do not like it. It's not fun. I'm not having a good time. 50-50 me, please. Y'all tripping.
Don't love or like you, and that's exactly why you keep running into people that don't love or like you either. Your mother treated you like shit your whole childhood, and you were conditioned to feel like that was love because that was your mom and she could just do no wrong. And when you tried to express to people what was going on, the only thing they had to offer you was, well, that's still your mama. She still loves you. No, the fuck she doesn't. That bitch hates you. She's very jealous of you. And if you really want me to be honest, that bitch been doing spells and witchcraft on you since you came out the motherfucking womb. She is the reason that you at this big age right now and you don't know who the fuck you are. She the reason that you don't love yourself. She's the reason that you're insecure. She's the reason that you hop your ass into these relationships looking for validation in love because you think that's where it's supposed to come from. Absolutely not. The bitch that was supposed to teach you to love yourself instead taught you that you were supposed to be looking for it in her, like she's some type of god or something. That bitch is the furthest thing from God. I don't give a fuck if she used her religion to cover that shit up. That bitch is a narcissist. She's a demon. And I don't give a fuck how many people try to convince you that this bitch love you. No, she does not. She hates you and she wants you dead. Once you get away from that bitch, everything gets better from there, I promise you. those people-pleasing ways, that goes away. You will experience a love for yourself that you've never in life experienced before. You finally start feeling the real love of God. I just told you, she made you feel like she was God. She played the biggest part in you feeling like God wasn't there for you. You started thinking, well, if this is the love of God, I don't want to feel that. No, she had you fucked up. She had you brainwashed, thinking that what the fuck she was giving you was actually real love. As soon as the opportunity presents itself, get the fuck away from her. I'm only telling y'all this because I know this. I went through it. Leave that bitch alone.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Here you go, baby.
Thank you, baby.
Here we go. Green beans, smoked beef short ribs, beef tips and egg noodles, French bread, and a Caesar salad.
Noodles. And tell me, you smoked those ribs yourself?
Yeah. Seared them on the stove, then I smoked them. Ketchup, bitch. Woke dogs up near the door. There you go, doggy boo. Come on, eat your ragoos. Go, come on.
Bro, it's crazy that the dog only knows it's time to eat when she do that.
I'd buy that for $1.
I want to do it the right way and learn some of the unwritten rules.
That's why I was talking about the seminar, so that we can get players to come down there and bring their grievance, their problem, how to catch a hooker, what you do to be a boss player, what do I say to my wife when I decided that I wanted to be a true player and walk out on the family. We need a seminar so we can teach these guys to give them the right understanding so they'll know, man.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Cali West. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. Yes, on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in on a holiday. You feel me? I didn't expect too many people to be, coming through, but I appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? I gotta at least show love to the comment section. You know how we do. The righteous fear is real, even, you know what I'm saying, through all the seasons of the year. So salute to everybody who's tuning in, even on the replay gang, y'all. Yeah. I ain't gonna cap. Your boy is hungry. Starving like Marvin. I do have my Christmas dinner in the microwave, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? I got more than enough to last me for tonight and tomorrow. So salute to Mom, Mama and them. And, sure, I got some pictures of some females trying to entice me with a plate tonight. We'll see how that go. They might have to wrap it up for me, you dig? But anyway, enough for all that. XL Pro TLR comes through. He says, After Dark Christmas special. You already know, man. Yeah.
My nigga.
Like, share, and subscribe. Cash App, $ Cali West 1. I appreciate you, my G. Salute. J Flow comes through, says Merry Christmas, Cali West, Exa Pro, and the chat. Shout out to the US of A, and of course, New Year's Eve, Jam City Ball Drop. You already know, boy. Yeah. Oh, what I meant was, yeah. Let's see here. I did want to add something to this. Well, I could, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's see here. I just want to just do something. That way I can at least try to see if I could boost the viewership on this video as much as possible. You dig? Okay. Studio, YouTube. And I really appreciate y'all patience too, by the way. Y'all for real, the real ones. So yeah, let me go through these chats real quick. J Flow says 2026 Summer Jam Seminar. You already know, boy.
My nigga.
Exa Pro, put out my link, x.com/Cali West Miami. Very easy to follow on X, formerly known as Twitter. Yeah. Okay. We got Everton A. Dawson from Facebook. Salute and Merry Christmas. You feel me? I appreciate you. Salute.
My nigga.
Okay, everybody showing some love today. And I really appreciate that on a holiday. Now, so y'all see from the topic, it says content creators disrespect passport bros. Maybe a disrespect would be, maybe that's a little bit of an embellishment, because I wouldn't say that some people are being disrespectful, but the person that we're going to review tonight, I wouldn't say he's disrespectful, but I do believe that he's very hypercritical about the passport movement and about the people who take advantage of the passport movement. And of course, it's somebody who I actually really like to watch and really enjoy, who is Anton Daniels. Now, of course, like I said, I definitely probably agree with a lot of things that he says, but, of course, this is where we disagree. Now, of course, this is not a shot at him, but this is, I guess considered a shot at his opinion or his take on the passport bros. And I've heard the same sentiments from other people before, and we're going to discuss that and, delve into that a little bit more. Did I miss anything else in the chat? Let me just make sure I didn't mess up anything else in the chat. Oh, I don't think so. I think I'm good right now. Okay. All right. So yeah, let's review this video real quick. Let's see here. Where we at? Boom.
At some point, somebody got to give you some real insight and information about who you are. You's a hoe, and the real dude ain't in you. Keep on experimenting, going from city to city, sleeping with God knows what. You think that you can find some semblance of normalcy outside of the country because it's not here in the United States of America. I got to get my passport so I can go and talk to some women. Nigga, you paying for pussy. You's a hoe. That ain't never been player. That ain't never been real. I don't know where the game is switched to where these niggas start talking about going overseas to buy box. What the fuck are we talking about? Where's the OGs at? Where's the OGs at? Where's the real ones at that said, listen, I know, look, we might be a little bit off right now. You might be going through something. Maybe you went to the coffee shop one too many times. You're a little bit liberal. Cool. We all go through that shit. We all went through it to where, you know what? I don't know who the fuck I am. You know, do I want to be a tech worker? Do I want to go and work at a coffee shop and look, you know, put on a quarter zip or some shit like that? Cool. I'm with it. Your phase is supposed to be some dumb shit. Yep, you start wearing penny loafers, you like Carlton, all of a sudden morning you like Will Smith. I'm with it. I'm with it. You're going through a phase. You might have slept with a snow bunny or here or two. Yep, you discovered some trees. You got a little high a little bit. You niggas is off some other shit. Y'all on perks. Y'all fucking around with men. Y'all doing all of this dumb shit. Like, where did the masculinity go? Everybody goes through phases, but you're not supposed to get so far away from your core beliefs. But the problem is that you never had any core beliefs. That's why the word of God, see, I'm going to bring it back for you. The word of God, you'll never depart with it. Put them in them young and they'll never.
Hold up. Wait. Okay. The God argument. Now we're bringing God into it. But, you know, that's really odd. I mean, I thought we'll talk about being player and, you know, being respectful.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Who are these niggas? I cried laughing when I read it. You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Okay. Before we bring in the God, okay, let me read the comments real quick. J Flow says, "Is this a CGA low diss?" Well, Coach Greg Adams, he asked the same on his Christmas special this morning, or was it yesterday? Last night, he did question that, and then because he had the black guy with two Japanese girls. I don't think that was a shot at CGA, but you know, CGA has talked about, you know, getting a passport. Now, at J Flow, he says Sky Daddy, and then XL Pro says Pastor Anton. Right. Okay. Let's take a step back just for a second and just because he's not just talking about passport bros, he's actually talking about everybody, but he's basically lumping up passport bros with basically just people just trying to assimilate and just basically trying to be part of a group, right? Because they basically don't have direction. And I'll say this much. Now, there might be some men who might just be all based off of just maybe traveling, but, you know, one of the main reasons why Coach Rick Adams tells people to get your passport is because so that way you could, you know, when you get out of your environment and see other people and how other people are living, you might not even want to live in China or Spain or Brazil or London or anything else, but just seeing how other people live gives you perspective on life and keeps you not from being boxed in. You might marry an American woman, but at least if you at least go overseas and go around the world and at least see what the world has to offer, at least you can make a better assessment. It's like, for example, if you're shopping for a car, do you buy a car at the first dealership that you go to? No, you probably look on, you know, I'm not going to say any names of websites, but you probably go on certain websites. You probably, you know, check around on local dealerships and things and such. Maybe even make a few phone calls and see, you know, if someone could refer you to someone who sells a car. You're not just going to go over the first car. So, I mean, it's kind of like having experience in anything else in life. Now, let's go back to what he had to say.
At some point, somebody got to give you some real insight and information about who you are. You's a hoe, and the real dude ain't in you. Keep on experimenting, going from city to city, sleeping with God knows what. You think that you can find some semblance of normalcy outside of the country because it's not here in the United States of America. I got to get my passport so I can go and talk to some women. Nigga, you paying for pussy. You's a hoe.
So hold up. This is my pushback to Anton Daniels about that. He said they're paying for pussy. But Anton Daniels, you're married. And you've been married to your wife for about 20 plus years. If anybody's paying for the pussy, and I know the suspect would be you. Marriage is the biggest tricking there is. You're literally paying. I mean, yes, you might have a marriage with someone who you might view as your quote unquote partner, or she might bring you companionship and things, and she might have given you kids. But just think about it. Let's just be real. The reason why you got with her probably wasn't just because you just wanted to have kids. That's probably just you having kids was probably just in. See, the thing, you wouldn't have wanted those kids if you couldn't have had the woman in the first place. That's hence why you're married, because you could have had a baby mama and just kept it pushing, but you married her because you wanted to give her a commitment. So not only are you paying with money, energy, attention, but you're also paying for it with time, because you've been with your woman for about 20 plus years. Shout out to Coach Rick Adams with the money, energy, attention, and time reference. But I mean, I'm just being real. Like, what are we really talking about? And I have to be honest with you. If you go on any other white person's platform, it's funny because Anton Daniels is a Republican. But if you go to any other white people's platform, you don't really hear white people or white men telling other white men about how they're paying for pussy or paying for box or anything like that. You don't hear that discussion with white. That's one thing I noticed when I, hung out with like Armenian people or, Russian people, or I hung out with like Asians and stuff like that. Not one time have I ever heard to say, "Oh, you a trick," or "You pay for poom poom." You know what? I don't know. You can say, "Oh, you can say whatever you want about other races of man," but guess what? That paying for poom poom discussion never was a problem for them. They paid for it willingly. Now, Dwayne Rose 6423, shout out to you, my G. Thank you for tuning in on Christmas. Now, Dwayne Rose says, men been traveling the 7 seas for box for years. Exactly. Facts. But guess what? I guess at the end of the day, people still want to feed into this, you can get what you have at home. And maybe you can, but at least I would say to a black man, even if you want to marry an American woman, go overseas and at least see what what at least you got to offer. Because, like I said, you don't go to first dealership and buy a car. Why would you want to just stick into one dealership or one state or one country just for a woman?
He ain't lying.
Now, Daniel Brown comes through. He says, salute Cali West. I appreciate you for tuning in, G. J Flo says it's the oldest profession. Oldest profession. It is the oldest profession. And, no disrespect to Anton Daniels, but if you're married and, like, for example, I ain't even going to show that video, but I remember one time he was having a podcast because, Antoine, he stayed on live, right? And his wife came in complaining about how he promised her to take her somewhere or to take some time off. But then, I guess, a hot topic came up. So he came on to talk about the hot topic. And I ain't trying to talk shit about their relationship, but, when Coach says all men pay. Even if you have a woman who is your partner and maybe she's good at accounting, maybe she has a CNA degree, or I'm sorry, not CNA, but maybe she has a CPA, and maybe she's good at accounting or good at business and stuff like that. But it's going to be something else you have to pay. Women, they don't really care that, you're building a legacy and all that. They still want that attention. They still want that emotional currency that you have to pay into. And I remember she was complaining on the live. And like I said, I'm not taking shots at that situation per se, but my whole thing is that could have happened. It's not that that happened to Antoine Daniels because he's not a player or anything like that. That could happen to any of us. if I had a girlfriend, full-time girlfriend or a full-time wife, she would do the same thing. She would come in here, bust down the door, and complain about how we ain't gone nowhere yet, and it's 9:44 on Christmas night. But guess what? When you don't have a girlfriend, a wife, you don't have these are certain things you have to deal with. And matter of fact, it's funny because I actually ignored 2 females today. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Christmas. You know, hey, you can't keep them all happy. And I must say, like, but that's something that you couldn't do if you were married and stuff like that, right? And like I said, I know there's a lot of positive things about being married, but there's a lot of negative things that about being married. And picking a modern woman that Antoine Daniels is not discussing here. But you know what? I'll at least give him the benefit of the doubt and let him continue, and then we're gonna come back in and see what else I gotta say.
That ain't never been player. That ain't never been real. I don't.
Hold up. So back to being player and real. And I'm glad that he says that. Player and being real. Here's the thing. A man is not getting his passport to expand his horizon and soil his royal oats by trying to look player or trying to look, trying to be looked up to another man. You feel me? The whole point of a man getting his passport is to, see what else the world has to offer. And guess what? Get some poom poom while you at it too. You damn Skippy. Hey, travel the world and go get some poom poom while you at it. Why not? Why not? I mean, some people don't even leave their city, and they still go ahead and they still go out and search for poom poom, at the club for every weekend and stuff like that. Or they're in a marriage, that's sexless. You know how many people live in a sexless marriage? There's a reason why men are getting their passports, because marriage in the United States suck. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a certain type of dude to get married nowadays. Am I wrong?
This is a sick Negro.
You definitely do. You almost have to be half simp. Or at least half simp, half beta, bro. I mean, here's the thing. If you're ignorant to the marriage laws and how marriage works, even then there could still be beta. Because basically, let's just be real. How many men really want to marry a chick? There's 2 reasons why men want to marry a chick. It's because that's what she wanted, and also because if he marries her, he hopes or is guaranteed him some poom poom. Now, Dwayne Rhodes says marriage is a modern concept pushed in Spain. Prior to the relationships have always been transactional. Facts. But read this. Right. Hey, well, facts. Well, maybe you probably talk about the romance part. Here's the thing. Technically, by the Bible, it says that if you lay down with a woman, you're married. Dwayne Rhodes comes through with a $5 super chat. I need that, bro. Yeah. I appreciate you, G, on this Christmas day. XL Pro says you can lease different cards or buy one card, paying either way. Facts. That's what I'm saying. See, the whole paying for box thing is kind of asinine and stupid argument, because all men pay. Any chick that you think you're not, paying for. You know what's crazy? You could be fucking, like, here's the thing. One thing I realized too is that a lot of us are sleeping with the same chicks, bro. For example, I remember there was a chick I was messing with, and she was like all my type, dreadlocks and all fat ass and all that, right? And long story short is, I come to find out this ninja, who I ain't trying to judge dudes or nothing like that, but he was not in shape like me. I was taller than him, better in shape than him. I look better than him. Like, other people told me that I look better than him. The reason why I say this is because people have brought him up before, because he's kind of a mutual friend. But it's like, there's some girls I know kind of like went for me, but they only kind of fuck with him. But here's the thing. Truth is, what I ended up finding out is we was fucking the same bitches. That's because he was breaking bread on them. Once I found out that the same dudes who was paying bread was fucking the same bitches that I was fucking for free, at that point, I realized what I was paying with. Trust me, I realized what I was paying with.
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
Mm-hmm. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you was that goofy.
You said it's all bullshit. All of it.
I admit it. I was definitely that goofy. That's why nowadays, I'm almost better off just staying away and not even being in a relationship. I don't want to be no one's goofy. Think about it. Unless you got full tabs on your girl, more than likely the chick that you fucking with, you're being her goofy, man. Think about it. Like, it's funny because there's a chick that there's this new chick. She's talking about how she, want relationships and stuff like that or whatever. And I'm not making a big deal because I just met her. But what's crazy is that she catches herself, being not available Christmas Eve and not being available the day before Christmas Eve, but then hit me up on Christmas Day thinking that she was going to get a Merry Christmas because I guess whoever's dicking her down, I guess, he must be with his real woman. And guess what? Radio silence. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I might hit that bitch up, Friday morning or some shit or something like that. But no, you get ignored. You know what I'm saying? You can't let people get you at a discount and let you be the goofy, bruh. Because that's essentially what, these hoes do. You'll be the one all fucking holding hands on her with all types of shit, and she's just getting dug out by some other cat. You know what I'm saying? While you the one putting in all that work. You know what I'm saying? Walking around with the town hoe and everybody laughing at your ass.
Really him. You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
For real. I'm just saying, though. My boy Dwayne Rose says, marriage was pushed in Europe because there were more women than men because men died in war back then. And Spain pushed it to make men domestic and pay taxes to the church and use guilt. Yo, man. Dwayne Rose, you know what? I've been doing a lot of research into I read that what's that thing? I read and I listened to the audiobook of Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil. And me and Monk Dan had a little bit of a little side discussion about that. Because he had a video about what he felt about that. And what's crazy is that I like the Outwitting the Devil and I like Napoleon Hill and a lot of his things that he says. But I've been digging into deeper shit like Machiavelli and shit like that, and just seeing how people move. And I'm kind of realizing that life is a lot about control and about who's in control and whether you let them take control of you. Dwayne Rose says, I still need to read that book. Yeah. Either read it or you could go on YouTube and listen to it for free as well. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Brown says facts. For real, man. You know what I'm saying? He said the game is to be sold, not told. Yeah, you got to put in your work into it. But you end up realizing, even religion, there's a certain reason why certain religions have things a certain way. Like, for example, like the Bible. We all know what Jesus called the Bible. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. I don't know if he's the one who came up with that slogan, but think about it. The Bible, whether you believe you're a Christian or not, is just basically kind of rules of society of how people could kind of play it. Because when people kind of go out the lines, guess what? And what's crazy is in the Bible, there's a lot of tales and stories where other people who were the Hebrewites or the Israelites or who were supposed to be Christians and were supposed to be good people did things that probably didn't look like it was good, right? So, you have to kind of take it into context. J Flo says, I saw a cool video about men being tricked into marriage by design. NWO. Facts. J Flo says facts. Of course. He said Killer Priest, I think, said that. Really? I know Jizza had a song called Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. I know that for sure. Now he says many books have been removed from the Bible. Oh yeah, exactly. Well, be this. Why do you think they kind of want people to kind of go by the New Testament versus the Old Testament? That's a version of basically like, of control or to want you to listen to something. J Flow says Jesus' album. So what, is Killer Priest who said it on Jesus' album? Because if so, I believe that. That's dope. Yeah, I know I'm a big Wu-Tang fan. He said Killer Priest word. His podcast be deep as fuck. Nice. I'm gonna have to check that out. Killer Priest. Yeah, his story was kind of unique. And Killer Priest was technically, he was part of Wu-Tang, but he technically was never really an official member. Like, I don't even think, like, he might have not even got paid. He might have got paid for maybe Wu-Tang's album, maybe the second or third one. But he was even really, like, based off the movie that RZA, or the show that RZA put out, Killer Priest technically was never really on the payroll or something like that, or something weird like that. Or maybe not officially on the payroll, something like that. But yeah, shout out to Killer Priest. But man, back to this whole, passport bro situation. I mean, people are always gonna like try to take shots, because people were at the same time too, are we all gonna do the Christian thing? You know what I'm saying? By just going to get married. I mean, that probably wouldn't be the most responsible thing to say, because I would just say, man, like, it doesn't say in the Bible anything about men should not soil the royal oaths before getting married, though. Anyone who disagrees, y'all more than welcome to put the verse that says it. But, I look at things a lot differently than it is before. Like women losing her virginity before marriage is a lot differently than a man losing his. Men don't lose their virginity. Men get pussy. Does that make sense, y'all? Like, straight up, men don't have virginity. You either get pussy or you don't.
He ain't lying.
Straight up. So, and even in the Bible, though, it's prostitution. I ain't saying that God said to buy a prostitute. What I'm saying is that prostitution is mentioned in the Bible more than a couple of times. So it's something that was being done. And not everybody was married in the Bible, even though they said that you should get married.
Got to know exactly who you are. Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
Where the game is switched to where these niggas start talking about going overseas to buy box. What the fuck are we talking about? Where's the OGs at? Where's the OGs at? Where's the real ones at that said, listen, I know, look, we might be a little bit off right now. You might be going through something. Maybe you went to the coffee shop one too many times. You're a little bit liberal. Cool. We all go through that shit. We all went through it to where, you know what? I don't know who the fuck I am. Do I want to be a tech worker? Do I want to go and work at a coffee shop and look, put on a quarter zip or some shit like that? Cool. I'm with it. Your phase is supposed to be some dumb shit. Yep, you start wearing penny loafers. You like Carlton. All of a sudden, morning, you like Will Smith. I'm with it. You're going through a phase. You might have slept with a snow bunny or here or two. Yep, you discovered some trees. You got a little high a little bit. You niggas is off some other shit. Y'all on perks. Y'all fucking around with men. Y'all doing all of this dumb shit. Like, where did the masculinity go? Everybody goes through phases, but you're not supposed to get so far away from your core beliefs. But the problem is that you never had any core beliefs. That's why the word of God, see, I'm going to bring it back for you. The word of God, you'll never depart with it. Put them in them young and they'll never depart from it. They got to come back to the thing that they was taught. They got to come back to whatever their destiny is that they was put in them. They got to come back to whatever it is that God had for them. They never gonna get so far if you put it into them young, but you so busy trying to make them so cute and dress them up and make them, he's a little doll, and he's gonna be somebody else's doll. That's why you put it in them young, because we're gonna go through shit. We gonna get our heart broke. We gonna have a hoe or two over here. We gonna like a white chick here or there. But you always supposed to come back home, nigga. Come home. You out there with them folks, bro. You done moved out to a place, into a land that don't even know you, and you don't know why you can't discover where you supposed to be. You running from your destiny. Ain't shit out there for you. You wasn't born out there. That ain't your core. You think you're going to discover something new? You not. You know what you're going to discover? A bunch of other people that's trying to figure out who they are, and y'all all leading each other right into hell. That's why I visit. I'm a visit. I'm a discover. I'm going to take what I can from wherever it is that I go. I'm going to switch up the weather. But guess where I'm coming? I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Oh, boy. Yo, Anton. Anton, bro. I mean, you know what? People are going to be people. You know that? People are going to be people. That's one thing. Yo, just like J Flow says, Chief Anton with the Dick Police. Yo, what's up with this? Yo, what's up with this boy, bro?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yo, Anton, I'm so surprised at you, bro. Come home. That's almost like a liberal saying to Anton, come back home, come back home. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he out here rocking with the Republicans. Guess what? That's probably what the black people saying to him. Oh, come back home, come back home. But no, you're not. Why? Because guess what? You want to have a different mind than everybody else. You're not trying to be part of the hive mind. See how, yo, bruh, Anton, really, bruh?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Yo, I must say, Anton Daniels, you're sounding like a real preacher. You jump from saying, oh, it ain't player to get your passport, blah, 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 but then, you know, God, you put God into God young, put him, put God into them young, blah, 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 blah. Just like a preacher, just like a pimp, going from pimp to preacher, from pimping to the pulpit.
I want to do it the right way and learn some of the unwritten rules.
That's why I was talking about the seminar, so that we can get players to come down there and bring their grievance, their problem, how to catch a hooker, what you do to be a boss player, what do I say to my wife when I decided that I wanted to be a true player and walk out on the family. We need a seminar so we can teach these guys to give them the right understanding so they'll know, man.
You can't, here's the thing. You know what they say, right? They say, if you stand in the middle of the street, you're bound to get hit. You can't be talking about what's not player, what's not player, this, that, and the other, and then talk about the church and the Lord and how you probably have problems with, women out here, but you should come back home. Bruh, you sound like an old preacher who used to be a pimp, bruh. I'm sorry, Anton, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Now, J Flow says, call me a conquistador like my ancestors. I spread my seed like the Spanish. I know that's right, bro.
Got to know exactly who you are. Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
J Flow says, find a good strag. And then he says, Shottown walk off walking. Yeah, man. Oh my God. Come on, Anton, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind you taking. It's like, see, that's the thing about black folks. We don't know whether we want to be good Christians or we want to kind of talk about some pimping stuff. Because he said that's not player. Let me ask you a question. Didn't Christians who were converting people all over the world, weren't they going from country to country? Hey, best believe Anton Daniels, he doesn't know this, but a lot of Christians, a lot of the earlier Christians who were teaching Christianity was definitely putting their hands on hips as well.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
On a native woman.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
Real. What else you got to say?
Tell the world that I'm coming. I ain't got to move. I ain't got to move. The world move around me. I don't have to go and figure out what life is. I'm going to go and discover what it is that I can take from you, and I'm going to bring it back home. You know why? Because my purpose is my purpose, and I don't switch up under any circumstances. Yep, we fuck up. Yep, we mess up. Yep, we dibble and dabble a little bit, but you got to come home, nigga. Come home.
Hey, yo.
Come home.
Yo.
Stop being a dummy.
Yo.
Whatever it is that
Yo, he said stop being a dummy. Dude, he is using shaming tactics. Those are shaming tactics that Kevin Samuels was talking about, bruh. Don't be a dummy. So how many, look, here's the thing. Anton Daniels not going to be honest. How many niggas do you know who got married or had a baby mama by a black woman and she got his ass on motherfucking child support, nigga? What the fuck? Bruh.
This is a sick Negro.
How many black Americans or black men have chosen to be with a sister or chosen to stay or just deal with modern women, whether they're white or not, in the United States, and now they got fucked over, bruh? Get the fuck out of here, bruh. Man.
Silence, you fuddy fool. I've had it with your whining and bumbling.
Anton Daniels, you really try to shame brothers back onto the plantation, bruh. Shame on you, bruh. Shame on you.
This is a sick Negro.
Everything that he's saying against the passport pros could be used against him about him being a Republican and going on like on like MSNBC. Was it MSNBC or wherever that was? You know, talking for the Republicans. They could be saying the same thing, but guess what? He will reject that because he believes that black men should have free thought and should be able to believe what they want to believe in, right? But then when he wants to dick police you, we can't tell him to vote Democrat, but he wants to go tell you what to do with your dick, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on, Anton. You let me down with this.
It's all bullshit. All of it.
17 mil says the passport bros ain't player, which I don't want to do, but I am not against. Being an American simp and a trick definitely ain't player. Hey.
He ain't lying.
Facts. He says Anton is a fake player, fake boss. Well, I don't know if he's a fake boss, but he definitely ain't a player. Look, but here's the thing though. He's definitely not a player by default. Like, I mean, he admit that he's been with his wife for the longest. Like, I don't think he's had, I mean, I don't know his body count, but if I'm not mistaken, his body count might just be one with him and his wife, bro, because he married her like at 20 and 22 or something like that, bro. So him being a player is not even in the conversation. Like, for him to, it's kind of ironic that he's saying for someone who, who's been living the Christian life and only had maybe one woman. If I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, he's only been with one woman. How can he determine whether someone was player or not though? Like, I mean, let's just be real.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
J Flow says, back to the plantation, he said, does he have the same smoke for pro athletes? That's a good question. Kevin Hodges says, just making sure it's letting me like the video before I share. Yo, man, I appreciate you, Kevin Hodges.
My nigga.
J Flow says he's the black Rolo. The black Trollo. Oh my God.
Oh. Who are these niggas? I cried laughing when I read. You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Ethan O says he talks about his hoes that he got in Detroit when he is flossing on his lives. Really? Oh man, wow, I didn't know that. And it's funny because, like I said, I fuck with Anton Daniels. I mean, I like a lot of his shows and I like him as a content creator. I don't like his take on this, but wow, I didn't know that he had hoes. XL Pro TLR says he needs to focus on marriage advice.
He ain't lying.
Definitely needs to focus on the marriage advice. Like, you know, sometimes you just gotta stay in your lane, man. Like, you just gotta just stay in your lane, you know. And that's big content creators included. You know, sometimes there's certain things, there's certain pearls or certain just discussions you should just not discuss. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know, as much as I'm interested in stocks and bonds and stuff like that, I'm not gonna get on here and talk about stocks and bonds with y'all. Now, maybe one day when I get really good at it, maybe. But guess what? I'm not about to go sit down here. Like, I'm gonna just stay in my lane. You feel me? I'm gonna be a student until I can become a teacher. Yeah, man. I have to be honest with you. I think I'm just gonna. If y'all want to watch the rest of the video, I could easily find that video. It's Anton Daniels. We all know him, man. We all appreciate him, and I do appreciate his stance with black men. You know, being Republican and basically choosing their own way and their own way of thinking when it comes, to politics. And I do appreciate him trying to stand up for family and marriage and stuff like that. So I understand where he's coming from as well. So salute to him for that. Now, he did try to give a disclaimer about Passport Bros, but his stance on Passport Bros, this is where I would vehemently disagree with him. Now, 17 says, I don't want to be a Passport Bro, but I like George Bush told Kanye West back in the day that I'm not a hater. I just do what should do. Damn. I didn't know he said that. Interesting. I didn't even know he said that. See, and here's the thing. Now, back to the second topic of tonight that I want to go over real quick. While Anton Daniels is trying to tell brothers, come on home. We got Venus Williams get married to a whole white man out here. Not that I have anything against white men. Nothing that I have against interracial relationships. But what's crazy is just that, I don't see Anton Daniels having any smoke for this situation. Venus Williams announces marriage to Andre Pretty on social media. She got married in Palm Beach. Where Dr. Umar at?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Oh. Who are these niggas? I cried laughing when I read. You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Palm Beach, Florida. Venus Williams and Andre Pretty are married. The tennis great announced Tuesday on social media. Mrs. Williams and Pretty became wife and husband over the weekend in Palm Beach, Florida, as part of a 5-day celebration. After becoming the second oldest woman to win a tour-level single match in July, the 45-year-old Williams gave thanks to her fiance, who was in the stands at Washington, D.C. Open. Pretty is Danish-born Italian model and actor. Okay. Y'all want to see the lovely couple? Let's see the lovely couple. Oh, yo. I know that she ain't all that great looking, but yo, when has she ever looked like that for a black man?
But shh, don't tell nobody.
Yo, do y'all remember when your boy Callie reviewed and made a story about her maybe like a year or two ago about how she was talking about how she was a virgin? And I was like, nah, girl, you ain't no goddamn virgin.
This is a sick Negro.
I was not going for the bullshit at all, bro. Talking about she a 40-year-old virgin. Nah.
Shit.
The cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Well, that's all makeup. Okay. I wonder if they signed a prenup. I guess I should have showed y'all the pictures, huh? Y'all want to see? Here you go. Wait a minute. For some reason, it stopped showing. But anyway. So, yeah, I guess they got married or whatever, right? See how Dr. Umar ain't got no smoke. Dr. Umar ain't got no smoke. You know, Anton Daniels, he ain't talking about how Venus needs to go home and go get with a brother, not with the other. Look, mind you, Serena and Venus Williams played tennis at the park I think Dorsey Park in LA, okay? They played tennis at Dorsey Park in Los Angeles off of La Brea, and I think that was street Rodeo. I think that's Rodeo. You know, some people call it Rodeo, but it's Rodeo. So Rodeo, what? Down for La Brea, like right before La Brea. No, yeah, right before La Brea. They used to play They used to play tennis, okay? With their daddy, King Richard, okay? As black as can be, and they still married white men. And guess what? Like I said, I have no problem with her dating white men, but we don't see Anton Daniels or Dr. Umar telling them to come back home, or none of that bullshit that he's fucking singing.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
This is a sick Negro.
Now, let's see here. J Flow says, he says shout out to 17 fam, and he says Cricket City about Dr. Umar and them. Extra Pro brings up Dr. Umar as well. It says Umar ghost now. Now J Flow says, did Common and Drake clap them cheeks? Man, they definitely clapped them. Well, no, I think Common and Drake actually clapped Serena's cheeks.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
See, the note says Venus Williams was, let's just say, was not lost for the brothers.
He ain't lying.
It says congratulations to them. Playboy looks like her sister's husband. Okay, you know, I mean, maybe. I don't remember. To be honest. I mean, you know, all I know is that Serena's husband is the dude who owns Reddit. Now, Dwayne Rose says, and I quote, she could be like that former track star Lola Jones, like laughing on a 40-year-old virgin. Maybe. I don't know. I just doubt it. I don't know. Is there a way that we could confirm that? Did she do a polygraph to confirm that? Slaughter Chinzy Junzi, salute to you, my brother on Facebook. Keep on doing the Lord's work. He says, tell Anton stop dick policing and pussy watching. Dick policing is another branch of homosexuality. Woo!
Really him. You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
It's that real shit, yo.
Damn, Anton. I mean, I know you ain't I know you straight, or as far as I know, you straight, but goddamn. Yeah, that dick policing and telling brothers to come home and all that shit, that's crazy. But what if a brother man wanted to say, you know what, I want to move to Thailand and I just want to stay there?
My nigga.
Like, damn, that's crazy. That's crazy, but
Same old shit.
You're a victim.
I didn't say it, Anton. But hey, that's what the people are saying. 17 says, at J-Flow, that was Serena getting included checked by them. Facts. Slaughter Chunzi, Ayo, facts. Right? And then said, hey, beat this. I don't think Anton is, I think he's straight himself, but the activity is very suspect. Even how he was kind of mocking the dude, talk about, yeah, I'm a passport bro, and I get my passport. He almost kind of sounded like a black woman, and how he was kind of even referenced it. I'm just being real, bro. Like, that was indicative of somebody's mother. Like, that was something that I was expecting from a sister, not from a respectable brother like him, who I actually have the utmost respect for, ironically. Now, Dwayne Rose says, can't knock the Williams sisters for being with white dudes, as we see many athletes date and marry white women. Is a different circle for athletes. Hey, yo, Dwayne Rhodes. Hey, to me, I have no problem. Matter of fact, to both them dudes.
My nigga.
And Serena Williams, at least, I don't know about the other dude, but at least Serena Williams didn't just go and just give all her wealth to a guy. She got with the owner of Reddit. So, that was kind of a business decision. So salute to them for that. And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, why didn't Antoine Daniels telling them to come home, or why is Dr. Umar not telling them, no snow bunnies and no snowmen and all that, right? We're just pulling out the irony and the hypocrisy. J Flow says word, and then 17 says Dr. Umar will do what he always do and say Ninja's fault because not enough of us were available and good enough for Williams sisters. He might be right. Sarcasm, right? Yeah, he always got excuses, no reasons. For real, bro. Now 17 says Lolo Jones has been getting worked and twerked. Quit playing. You know what? Not at one time did I even say that I even believed that Lolo Jones was not getting smashed. Look, there's no chicks out here who's going around here not getting this and getting smashed on, bro. I'm sorry. 17 says I heard Lolo was getting worked and twerked at LSU. Look, I don't even want to hear no girl tell me no virgin business unless you're gonna take a polygraph or some type of lie detector test. If not, I don't fucking believe that shit, bro.
This is a sick Negro.
Yo, beat this. When I come around the barrio, they call me Jose because I don't ever believe what hoes say.
Emotional damage.
Joe.
He ain't lying.
I'm just giving it a buck. Yeah, I don't believe none of that virgin bullshit. Because as a matter of fact, women are more susceptible to having sexual behavior way before young men. Shit. And that's real. And I know it's true. Now this year we're going into a little bit of overtime. Do I got any clips I could share with y'all? Because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't plan to stay long. I didn't play this thing long. But I did kind of want to show something that I did kind of think that was kind of interesting. Remember in the beginning of the show, I played something about what old girl said about family members and her mama? We can play it right now. Check it.
Don't love or like you, and that's exactly why you keep running into people that don't love or like you either. Your mother treated you like shit your whole childhood, and you were conditioned to feel like that was love because that was your mom and she could just do no wrong. And when you tried to express to people what was going on, the only thing they had to offer you was, well, that's still your mama. She still loves you. No, the fuck she doesn't. That bitch hates you. She's very jealous of you. And if you really want me to be honest, that bitch been doing spells and witchcraft on you since you came out the motherfucking womb. She is the reason that you at this big age right now and you don't know who the fuck you are. She the reason that you don't love yourself. She's the reason that you're insecure. She's the reason that you hop your ass into these relationships looking for validation and love because you think that's where it's supposed to come from. Absolutely not. The bitch that was supposed to teach you to love yourself instead taught you that you were supposed to be looking for it in her, like she's some type of god or something. That bitch is the furthest thing from God. I don't give a fuck if she used her religion to cover that shit up. That bitch is a narcissist. She's a demon. And I don't give a fuck how many people try to convince you that this bitch love you. No, she does not. She hates you and she wants you dead. Once you get away from that bitch, everything gets better from there, I promise you. Those people-pleasing ways, that goes away. You will experience a love for yourself that you've never in life experienced before. You finally start feeling the real love of God. I just told you, she made you feel like she was God. She played the biggest part in you feeling like God wasn't there for you. You started thinking, well, if this is the love of God, I don't want to feel that. No, she had you fucked up. She had you brainwashed, thinking that what the fuck she was giving you was actually real love. As soon as the opportunity presents itself, get the fuck away from her. I'm only telling y'all this because I know this. I went through it. Leave that bitch alone.
Now, yo, okay. Now, do y'all agree or disagree with that? I say I agree with that because listen, I know a lot of chicks who've been set up or basically sabotaged by their mother, grandmother, sister, aunts, homegirls. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shit. Teachers, all types of people have been received bad advice from a lot of people who were considered loved ones. J Flo says bonnet with Christmas lights. Then Slaughter Junzi says facts. As a matter of fact, you know what? One thing that kind of stuck out for me too is the fact that putting hexes on you and putting curses on you. And some people are probably like, curses and spells on you. Well, look. We see it. Look, here's the thing. If you pay attention, I see it all the time. Ever since even from junior high, high school, always people thought there was always them girls who was on some spell shit.
I just want to give you a quick reason why I think you should join my stream. So, reason number one, I am the spellcaster. I am the caster of the spell. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Spells. What it sounds like. You go to my Twitch. Yes, my Twitch one is in my bio. Something insane will happen. Something very evil, Knievel. Yes, evil.
Oh.
I love it when you're evil.
My bad, y'all. Let me run that back real quick.
Hi guys, I just want to give you a quick reason why I think you should join my stream. So, reason number one, I am the spellcaster. I am the caster of the spell. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Spells. What it sounds like. You go to my Twitch. Yes, my Twitch one is in my bio. Something insane will happen. Something very evil, Knievel. Yes, evil. I love it when you're evil.
What?
Nasty bitch.
And yo,
This is a sick Negro.
and let's be real, y'all. Y'all would dick her down. Because I'll dick her down too. I'll dick her down. You know what I'm saying? I'll dick her down viciously. Trust me. I'll be the one. Yo, I'll dig her down. I'll dig her down until
Give you a quick reason why I think you should join my
I'll definitely dick her down, yo. Until I've seen all this shit.
Spell a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Spells! What it sounds like, You know, go to my Twitch. Yes, my Twitch one is in my bio. Something insane will happen. Something very evil, Knievel. Yes, evil! I love it when you're evil!
You know she probably does that on a dick, right? I'm just saying.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
I'm just saying, you're gonna have to fucking watch out, bro, with these hoes, bro. Hey, what did Martin's mama say in Thin Line Between Love and Hate? Don't let one night of pleasure cause you a lifetime of pain.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's that Bewitched Punani, J Flow, for sure. He said, I dated a bitch who claimed to see ghosts. Woo! That's scary. Now that's eerie. I dated a chick who wanted to, I dated a Spanish chick, and she was into, I forgot, she wasn't a Catholic. She had some type of witch god that she, and I wouldn't say a witch, but they had their own version of, like, it wasn't really Jesus. It was like some type of African. It's some type of African. What's crazy was here's the thing, and that's how you could tell that Africans or people from the African continent has been all over the world. She was like from some type of South American country, but their god or their goddess was like a black woman or a woman with a black face. And the culture goes all the way back to Africa, even though they're like Spanish people. And now actually kind of fucked me up. I was like, really? And I forgot what the name was. One time I brought it up to CGA one time too. But this bitch wanted to fuck me in a motherfucking graveyard, bro. I ain't never smashed her in a graveyard. She had some crazy good pussy. I ain't gonna lie. She wasn't really all that, like, she wasn't by no means ugly. She was kind of cute. She was just kind of cute. She wasn't all that hot, but man, I'll tell you one thing. In the bed, in the sack, she was great. That head, oh my God. She had her tongue pierced and her poom poom pierced. I ain't lie, dog. Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Shit. You know, you use your condom a couple of times, but shit. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I had a whole living girlfriend, but I was fucking her raw dog too. Like, like smash. I mean, of course, we made sure it was all right, but I ain't gonna lie. Nigga, I was smashing that shit. Rawski, nigga. Monday night Rawski, Tuesday night Rawski, Saturday night Rawski, bro. I was like, baby girl, I gotta go. Nigga, I'll be fucking smashing this chick up in my motherfucking coop, bro. Smashing this damn smash chick in the coop. How do we even get to that? Oh, yeah, because that bitch looked like she was on some witchery type shit. So, yeah, we done did some great shit like that. 17th now says, in this case, a win is not a win. Right. You're right. Zombie apocalyptic poom poom, for real. Yeah, because I just knew if I was the little fucker in the graveyard, y'all would never know about no Cali West, bro. Shit, I probably would have been a sacrifice or some shit, bro. J Flo says Africa and South America may have been joined before the tectonic shift. That is a fact. Pangea. 17th L says, growing up in New Orleans, my next door neighbor was a crazy voodoo lady. And that's another thing too. New Orleans has a direct link to Haiti. Yeah, not just France, but to Haiti. That's actually why people speak Creole in New Orleans. I mean, I'm some people, who from New Orleans or from Louisiana know this, but yes, the Creoles who are American are directly linked.
I want to do it the right way and learn some of the unwritten rules.
That's why I was talking about the seminar, so that we can get players to come down there and bring their grievance, their problem, how to catch a hooker, what you do to be a boss player, what do I say to my wife when I decided that I wanted to be a true player and walk out on the family. We need a seminar so we can teach these guys to give them the right understanding so that they'll know, man.
Really him. Really him. You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Always hungry. All I spend my money on is food. Papa John's, McDonald's, America's Best Wings, Popeyes. I don't even have no money like that to even be spending it on food. Postmates and Uber Eats only be like $7, but I'm paying $30 to get it to me. Cause I'm hungry.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Always hungry. All I spend my money on is food. Papa John's, McDonald's, America's Best Wings, Popeyes. I don't even have no money like that to even be spending it on food. Postmates and Uber Eats only be like $7, but I'm paying $30 to get it to me. Cause I'm hungry. Like, people don't understand, like, I have to eat. Like, I'm always hungry. I'm never gonna lose no weight. Never. How do you lose weight and still eat? Keep eating what you want to eat.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Stop it. Get some help.
Like, keep it a stack. Bitches boo my because I got bands. You thought I was feeling you? That nigga on Mars.
Get the fuck out
That nigga on Mars. You thought I was feeling you?
face, yo.
That nigga on Mars.
Hey, yo, Kaiser, bro, pop out, bro. We got it on,
Bro, it's already late. I was trying to say bread. Christmas just came up.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Yo, your boy is back, and I appreciate everybody who's still tuning in. I don't know what was going on with computer number one, man. Let me go through the comment section real quick. Just in case before we have any more technical difficulties. J-Flow says, Supernatural Seminar. Hey, we might have to, you know what I'm saying? Should have some little Haitian hoes come on through, you know what I'm saying? You know, I know you're married, but, you know, so just know, this is Miami. Them Haitian hoes might come through butt naked.
I'd buy that for $1.
Anything else says, my elementary school brought us to a field trip to Voodoo Shop. My family is Creole. Salute. Sock passe. That's what's up. Okay. Dwayne Rose said the movie Sinners. No doubt. Very good movie. Then Slaughter Chinzy says, yo, Lil Wayne, Manny Fresh, Juvenile have Haitian blood in them. You can see it written all over their face. I believe it. I wouldn't doubt it. Shit, man. Hey, man, there's a lot of Black Americans who don't know that they actually have West Indian in them. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, most people do not know their direct lineage all the way down to, all the way through antebellum slavery. A lot of Black Americans who believe that FBAs are actually, Caribbean Americans, they just didn't know, or from any other part of the world. 17th and 0 says, that Voodoo Shop was strange and tripped my head out. I didn't want to be there long. Still sounds interesting though. Now it said, I hit the Cash App. Oh shit. You hit the Cash App? Oh yes. Yes, Lord.
My nigga.
Let's see here. Oh shit. I appreciate the super chat. Yeah. Shout out to XL Pro. I appreciate you.
My nigga.
You already know I need that, like, you know, Cadillac that got 4 flats. You dig? He said Nintendo reset. You know? For real, for real. I appreciate y'all boys still tuning in. What else I got for y'all in the trick bag? You know, it's Christmas. We could just, you know, run some other shit real quick. Oh, there's a chick. There's a chick who was just oversized, and she had a lot to say about brothers being overweight or something like that. Where is it at? Did I download it? I ain't gonna lie. It's probably on my other phone, which I didn't download the videos from. But check out this video anyway. Check it.
Hold out here, bro.
Ooh, I cannot take it.
Okay.
Excuse me, ladies.
We do not want your ugly ass.
Looking like a skinny Osama been fasting.
I was just trying to ask.
Shut the fuck up. Skinny one savage.
Okay, looking like a malnourished hyena.
That's crazy. Y'all coming at me hella foul when I was just gonna ask y'all for directions to this soul food spot called Louisiana Heaven. A place that y'all look like y'all eat at too damn much.
Wow. That's how you gonna treat your black queens?
Black queens? Where? All I see is 2 black oversized trash bags. You look like a hood rat chick month. And I don't know how you talking shit about me when your neck been the same since you was a baby. Non-existent.
And I know you ain't talking mess with that Brillo pad you call hair. I bet when you put a comb through that motherfucker, it sound like the 4th of July.
Coming outside with those baby shark do-do-do teeth.
And you the first woman ever to give your knees a headache. How that even possible? They probably been screaming for help talking about some, I get so weak in my knees and it's hard for me. I lose control cause this food is taking over my knees.
I know you ain't talking shit about me with them Oscar the Grouch eyebrows.
Right. Some niggas tuck Glocks in their pants, you just tuck your stomach.
And your voice give little energy.
And I don't know why the fuck you talking when you look like you eat cigarettes.
I know you not talking looking like Don King.
Stay in your place, you gremlin, and you built like 2 of her.
Don't even come for me looking like a Sesame Street character with your Bert and Ernie head looking ass.
And you built like an ice cream cone with a wig on. And I can't believe I was gonna spare your dusty ass. Coochie probably smell like roaches.
You doing too much. Go and get on somewhere.
Girl, stop yelling at me before you pass out. Wasting all your damn energy. And with the way y'all look, I know y'all EBT gone the first week y'all get it. I don't know why you outside anyway. You need to get off your feet. I know your ankles got arthritis. And to be honest, y'all had me fucked up from the start. Standing in front of this gas station assuming niggas trying to come and talk to y'all. And next time I ain't gonna do that. Cause I was trying to be nice. But now I know I can't be nice to somebody who built bad.
See, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all just ain't shit. Y'all always talking about our body shapes, the way we look. Y'all ain't shit.
Built like mashed potatoes.
Really ain't. Like, don't even come for me like that.
Okay, always coming for some with black queens, Nubian goddesses.
Yeah, fuck all that Nubian shit. Nubian your ass to a gym.
You knew you should have been there. Dead home.
And make sure y'all big asses get on them gym machines and stay away from them vending machines.
Really him. Really him. You're a victim.
There we go, CSI.
Yo, I know it is a skit, but skits are definitely based off of real life facts because that has happened in ways where you had to check bitches in public. So yeah. J Flo says Steven Seagal's movie Marked for Death put that voodoo on the big screen. Right. Jamaican voodoo posse. Facts. That is true. Daniel Brown coming with it. He says the big backs. Yeah, there's definitely big backs. The big back and OG big back. And then J Flo says chewing Newports. Yeah, that was in bad shape, bro. And it was so crazy. You know, I think it's so funny. They have a really good sense of humor because they actually took part of that skit, bro. I mean, even though it's not real, damn, like them shots was really actually really personal.
Emotional damage.
Definitely gotta have thick skin doing that shit. I got a couple more minutes with y'all. Damn, I wish I had the video that was in reference to that video. But listen to what this chick got to say. I thought this was actually kind of fun.
Asked me a question. She was like, man, everybody always want to know why I'm single. I get so many likes online, and it's like everybody just want to love me because I'm pretty, but nobody ever stays. And I said, Free, you ever saw a car that is for sale and that bitch look amazing? I'm talking about the tires nice, rims popping, interior on point, like everything. But then when you go to crank that mug up, it sound like like somebody clearing their throat. I say, that's what you call a lemon. And with lemons, you either try to fix them, but when you realize you put so much money into it, but nothing ever really changed, you get rid of it. Like, you don't keep it. You either give it to somebody else or you junk that mug. I said, I think that's why you single, friend. You might be a lemon. She blocked me.
He ain't lying.
Emotional damage.
Well, remember I brought that up earlier? The whole caller analogy? You know, Antoine Daniels wants you to stop in the Shane dealership. He wants you to stay in Detroit. He wants you to stay in Chicago. He wants you to stay in Miami or wherever you at and just deal with the same type of chicks. Oh, you go take a vacation. You can go ahead out and have a little fun, but come back home, brother. Come back home. And he wants you to still deal with these, you know what I'm saying, these broken women. Because even though she's telling the truth, she's a broken woman as well. She's a baby mama. You feel me? That doesn't mean that the baby mama doesn't mean, hey, it doesn't mean a baby mama can't tell the truth. A broken clock could be right at least twice a day. And she's speaking the truth. What's ironic is, you know, Antoine Daniels wants us just to stay in the community. Him and Dr. Umar just wants us to, date these women in these communities, these broken cars, these lemons. That shit crazy.
This is a sick Negro.
Yeah, I was really surprised on his take on it. I didn't even watch the whole video, but I was just so surprised on his take on that. Now, this chick says, when you think about a link with her alone on the first date. Point of view, when he think I'm coming alone on the first link up. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. As long as it was no pop-up, like, for example, as long as you didn't bring them uninvited, y'all could come through. I done smashed chicks who done brought their homegirl, come over, she come over to the crib and, they kind of like the crib or they kind of think it's vibing or they kind of like the vibe or shit. The homegirls, here's the thing. I know it's a numbers game. I don't give a fuck if it's 5 of them. Shit, do this. If one already like me, there's a guarantee if there's 5 of them, at least another one at least thinks I'm cool. Shit, maybe another 2 might think I'm cute. So, hey, go ahead, girl. Go ahead and get, usually when they bring their homegirls because they usually want to get assurance that you're okay to fuck. I'm just being real.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Sometimes there's some girls who need that approval. Shit, okay? You can smell that cologne. You can smell this. Hey, you can smell this ganja. You can smell this cologne. You might not want to go home. I'm just saying.
But shh, don't tell nobody.
Homegirls. Hey, I have smashed homegirls before. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I would love to kind of stay all night, but your boy gotta go. But I do want to say, is there anything I want to share on the way out? Oh, XL Pro sent this to me. Salute.
Slam.
Damn. Too bad I meant, hey y'all, I meant to remove the music off of this, but you know, your boy Cali got to make his money, so I guess I couldn't play it. But yo, I appreciate y'all boys for tuning in. I appreciate the donations. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the shares. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. And just remember, y'all, don't let no man tell you what to do with your mindset, your penis, your Johnson, your Didoc, you know what I'm saying, and what you should do with your body and whether you should go to another country or not. Yeah, nothing's wrong being spiritual and all that, but guess what? Don't be a spiritual dummy either. You feel me? Don't fall for that, because guess what? Everyone in the Bible was men of action. And guess what? A lot of these people went from one place to another, and a lot of people in the Bible had more than one wives. And there's a lot of men in the Bible who were holy men, you know, and received God's favor, you know, but they might have been victims of lust as well. With that being said, nothing's wrong with being human, but guess what? Nothing's wrong with being controlled, disciplined human. And it's time to take your ass overseas and want to do what you want to do. So remember, y'all, you know, hold the line. Don't let another man tell you what to do with your Johnson. All right. So anyway, Cali West, your boy, I'm out of here. So hope y'all have a good night. Peace.